Hello and welcome to this edition of Eye On Sports, and I am Jermaine Brown. In this edition, we catch up with the president of the Jamaica Olympic Association, Christopher Samuda, who is entering his second year in office. We also highlight another of our history-making rugby team. As usual, let us know what you think by heading to our Facebook page, Eye On Sports JA. We take a break, but stick around. When we come back, we're going to be chatting with the JOA. Soon come. Right then, welcome back to Eye On Sports. Completing 2 years into his role as president of the Jamaica Olympic Association, Christopher Samuda has embarked on several changes for the organization. This week, the JOA celebrated Media Week with its 47 affiliates. But what are some of the main targets of the organization as the Tokyo 2020 Olympics approaches and other games as well? Well, here to give us some insight is the man himself, Christopher Samuda, the JOA president, as well as the Secretary General, Ryan Foster. Gentlemen, welcome to Eye On Sports.
Thanks for having us.
First up, congrats, completing 2 years into your tenure, your first tenure as president of the JOA.
Yes, thank you so much, Jeremy. It has been a good period. Significant changes were made. We say that they had to be imperative in order for the organization to evolve and also to ensure that we meet the demands of our constituent members, as well as to set a model association for those in the Caribbean and also in the world. So it has been successful, and I really want to commend the strong corporate team that we have led by Ryan that has made some very good changes. The constituent members have been very responsive to the change, and they have seen the value of the changes. So we press along, serving our constituent members and ensuring that sport is, of course, central to all that we do.
And in having applied this business model
Yes.
to running the JOA, what has been the reaction thus far from your affiliate members and from those you've reached out to for assistance with the various sporting associations?
No, absolutely positive, because they see the value in it. We are not reinventing the wheel. All we are saying is that sport has evolved to such an extent now that we have to adopt a different business model. We have to monetize our assets, we have to capitalize on the opportunities and convert them meaningfully. And the constituent members have seen the value in it. And what we have also said to them is that we are not only modernizing the Jamaica Olympic Association, but we are also reaching out to our member associations to ensure that the governance structures are in place, that the efficiency of the operation is there, so that they themselves can grow commensurately with us. Because at the end of the day, you can't have an apex body which is functioning efficiently, and then constituent members are lagging behind. We all want to be on the same page so that sport can grow.
Yeah. Ryan, let me bring in. Mr. Samuda says it has been a success. It makes it look easy, but how challenging has it been? Because never before has a model like this been applied to the JOA, and you've pretty much led that charge from within.
2 years in, I'm almost 2 years in as well. You know, it seems as if it has been longer.
Yeah.
However, the model is pretty straightforward. When the president and the board of directors articulated what is called their pathway to success some time ago in 2017, part of that model, or business model, or even just general model, is the whole development of our organizational structure and a business model to support the sustainability and the growth of the member associations and affiliate members. One such objective was the funding. When we met with our constituent members, a lot of the complaints or the concerns were about funding, about getting their respective sporting disciplines out there. And one of the things that we had to do was to get their concerns and develop a structure that can support their concerns for sustainability and growth purposes. We have seen the success of that. The CSE Games, 27 medals. The Commonwealth Games, 27 medals, the most. And the Pan Am Games, 19 sporting disciplines now in the Pan Am Games. The last Pan Am Games had 8 sporting disciplines. Last year, we spent in excess of $250 million on our member associations, and we have seen the result. We got our first medal for rugby in the CSE Games. Fencing got its first medal in the CSE Games. Badminton got a gold medal in the CSE Games. And of course, swimming in the Commonwealth Games through Aliyah, etc. So we have seen the benefit of supporting our member associations. And one of the things of the change that we wanted to ensure was implemented was gender equality. Hence why we would have created what is called the Women in Sport Commission, which is an adoption of what the IOC, our overall governing body, would have wanted to see gender equality. But we wanted to go a little bit further other than gender equality, but also sport equality.
So let me chime in. When did you move towards implementing this particular
The women,
gender equality, speaking specifically?
the actual
women.
commission was formed
commission.
in November 2018.
Right.
Yes, and Nicole Case is our commission chair. She's also the treasurer of the Jamaica Olympic Association. We have gone a little bit further, other than just a gender equality, but we also have implemented what is called an athletes commission to the board of the Jamaica Olympic Association, where Michael Frater is a president of the athletes commission. So a lot of changes, but a lot of exciting changes for the Jamaica Olympic Association. Changes which were inevitable and changes which I believe, not necessarily being in the sporting fraternity that long, but things that were required, bold decisions that were required to make that legacy creating change.
Sir Samuda, 19 sporting disciplines will be represented at the Pan American Games coming up in Lima, Peru. The 2020 Olympic next year, you targeted at least 10.
10 in 20, that is our campaign.
We're just a year out. How is that going?
Well, we will get a better sense of the sport that will qualify later on in the year, because some of the qualification tournaments and championships have not taken place. So we'll be in a better position. Yeah. But certainly if Pan Am is any indication of what is to come, then I expect that we would meet that target. We have energized our constituent members. I think it is fair to say that everybody now is very focused on the big stage, which is the Olympic Games. And in between, of course, we have indicated to them that there are values like athlete long-term development, developing your own organization to respond to the evolving needs of your sport. So 2020 looks good, but we will know later on in the year if, in fact, we will make our target.
When you won back in 2017,
yes.
You had mentioned that among your objectives would be an Olympic sports museum, a sports research center as well. Where that is concerned?
All right, we are hoping to break ground